Dirty.
Is that what they call it? Dirty kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, me. Don't show the dirty kitchen because it's dirty. Sorry, guys. Try to show reality. But they won't let me show their dirty kitchen because it's dirty. That's what they call it. I mean, they even call the ice cream dirty. Why is everything dirty? Put this down?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because you've been walking around with it.
But I'm enjoying walking around with it. Max, hey Max. Good evening, man. How you doing, Max? I gotta try to figure out where am I gonna put it down at. You got your clothesline in the way. I can't even get by the table because of the clothesline. What's up, Aviation? How you doing, Aviation and Sirens? So it's still awesome out here, man. I think it's like 70, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. I think she's 7 years old. I thought I was getting a 33. I think I got a 7. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, morning time. Went out for my walk. Got some water and some Pandasol. And it's been beautiful out here. They had a parade. Let me see. I think it's over now, though. But there was a parade right out here on the highway. And the police talked to me. That's always scary. I'm not a big fan of talking to police. Hey, Mimi. What's up, Mimi? How you doing? Yeah, whenever y'all walking around in the Philippines, do y'all ever have the police want to talk to you? Are you like, does it bother you, worry you? In the U.S. it does. It bothers me and worries me. But here, I don't know if I should be bothered and worried or not. But the police lady, she asked me, she said, what's your name? I said, Mike. And she's like, okay, what's your last name? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to say my last name. But anyway, she's like, where do you live? And yeah, it's like, I felt like they were tracking me or something, man. Maybe I shouldn't even be talking about that. I don't know. But yeah, the parade's over with apparently. They had the marching band. Let's see, cleaning the home. Mimi's cleaning the home. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. Red Cinema, what's up? Says, please shout out to my Uncle Darwin Pogie. Anyway, yeah, what do y'all think about talking to police? Does it, like, worry you anytime, you know? Like I said, in the U.S., it does, man. I had this one police. Yeah, what did he do, man? He was a bully. This one cop in the USA, he was a bully. Now, I'll say this. When I went to Ecuador and I got off the plane, I was at the airport and I was joking around with this guy because I'm always like joking with people, you know? You don't like it either? J Putt. That's because you're a pot lover. He's like, I don't like it. Of course, I'm a pot lover, man. But anyway, and I was joking around with this guy. I didn't know it was a cop. You know, it was a different kind of uniform than what I'm used to. I have to go out. See you later. All right, Mimi. Mimi, take care. So, yeah. I mean, that's the second time that's happened. They got out a notepad and wrote my name down. I'm like, Are y'all searching for somebody or something? Drink. What are you talking about, drink? I just had coffee, man. And Ozzy, are you over there drinking, bro? Ozzy Oz in the house. So then they asked me something about, so what do you think of Philippine women or something like that? This is two Philippine lady cops. And uh, and I said, yeah, they're beautiful. I'm like, I gotta watch what I say, man. Bye for now, Mike. Thank you. You're welcome. Take care. You too. Ozzy, what are you drinking, bro? Do you even drink, Ozzy? Do you drink stuff? You know what I mean? Who in here drinks? What do y'all drink? You know, my favorite brew is the Red Horse. I mean, I'm trying to be innocent with my channel, but that's my favorite brew on the brew. Now, coffee is awesome though. Oh, maybe the signal's not that good. Maybe I need to stop moving around. But yeah, it's absolutely wonderful out here. We got a little breeze, running about 70, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like perfect weather. I got to take advantage of the beach while I'm out here before I get over to Manila. I think I can see the tribalism over there. Tribalism? What do you mean by tribalism? Hold on, let me think. It's early in the morning. I woke up too early. Hey, let me ask you guys, do you think old people sleep less than young people? Do you think they sleep more or sleep less? Because me and my girlfriend, we were having a little discussion, or you could say fight. Nah.
I'm not fighting.
Look. Drink Blue Moon with steak. Dude, who makes Blue Moon? Is that Anheuser-Busch? I've seen that one, but whoa, Cal 7 Billy. I think I can see the tribalism. What does he mean by tribalism? That's like the people gather together to fight against you or something like that.
See, old people sleep less. See?
Hey, I didn't.
I sleep right.
Hey. I didn't say that old people slept more or less.
I sleep like 7 to 8 hours, and that's good.
Hold on, you sleep? No, you go to bed. Let's see, 1 o'clock. Wake up at 10 o'clock.
Like 2.
You sleep like 9 hours.
No, like we sleep always like 2.
You sleep like 9 hours.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Did y'all know?
No.
Did y'all know Eve had kids?
Huh?
You found a bottle. Show your babies. Go ahead. Want to see the babies? Ow! Stop pushing me, girl. Not the sleepyhead over there. There's the babies. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. Oh, how's the signal, guys? Has the signal been good so far? Said I found a model. Her sister's available. Cal 7 Billy. Yeah, I think you're right too. I think old people do sleep less. But she's like, I try to tell her, only sleep like 8 hours instead of 9, 10 hours.
I always sleep like 8 hours.
And she says she sleeps 8 hours, but anyway, and then I'm like, I forgot what I was thinking of. Oh my gosh. I was sleeping hours. Oh yeah. So many bikes out here. See this lady? I'm gonna show you this lady. She's dressed up and she's on a bike. Here, I gotta get over to her. See the one in white down there. Yeah, riding a motorcycle, dressed up, probably going to work. Oh man, there goes the bus. It's headed to, it's gonna be going about probably 4 hours from here, about 3 or 4 hours from here. Can barely see the mountains out here today. Yeah, Kyle 7 Billy. You can find a model out here too, bro. You think he's a model? Yeah, there's plenty of beautiful ladies out here. So yeah, you could definitely find a model here in the Philippines, man. So yeah, the trike drivers, they'll be riding around on the trikes, and they have slippers, man, chanelas. The police lady was testing me. She's like, "Do you know Tagalog?" And she's like, "What do you know?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's too early in the morning for this." Somebody's stealing. Somebody's stealing? Where? They're stealing vegetables?
Yeah, they already got
Pops. Ooh, she don't know. She don't know.
Yeah, but it's still not there.
She's creating drama.
See, that's the evidence. See?
Yeah,
Well, that's ours.
they need my help getting those kamansis out of the tree. Ouch. She's down, guys. Hey, I'll just show this, I guess.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah, because I'm not showing the face. Hey, what is that?
I don't know.
What is this? What is this thing
I
here?
don't know. Suddenly disappeared.
I thought it was a spider web on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
I have so much weird stuff around here, man.
There's a weirdest thing.
I mean, like the kitchen outside. In America, we put the kitchen inside. They got the kitchen outside. What the heck?
What's wrong with that?
It's actually pretty cool, but because you got the elements, the wind and all that stuff. It feels sort of like you're camping, right? Feels like you're outside camping and cooking and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. But it's still strange. Now it's starting to drizzle here. Brooklyn nurses in the house. Let's see what state. Yeah, I heard New York City's going to crap, man. Since that guy took over there. Heard it's falling apart. They start England. I heard this guy from England. He was talking about it. He's like, no, it was a lady. It was a lady. She was like, see what happened to us? Now it's happening to you guys over in the USA. It's coming to you guys. So there was this thing I watched, and it was showing like back in the 1950s, all those places like New York City, Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, and different things was like 80% white people. And now it's like 20% white people in all those areas. And, the point of the whole England thing was like the Muslims are taking over the country, and basically they're like, it's going to happen to you guys over in the U.S. now. Because they were doing that prayer stuff, man. Where they do the siren out there in New York City. And like they've been doing it over in England. Madame, let me see, I'm going to try to say his name. Man, he's talking about the mayor of New York City, Ozzy is. Madame is a communist. Yeah. Yep. But what do you guys, I mean, I'll be honest with you, like what I don't like the most, between a Republican, Democrat, communist, socialist, whatever, and a corrupt, what I call a corruptition, is the corruptition. So if they're corrupt and whatever, then I don't like them. I don't like them. I hate corrupt people, man. I don't care where they're from, what party, or what do they call that? Ideology, political ideology or whatever. Yeah, he's the new mayor. Yeah, I've seen some of his crap, man. Seen some of his crap. I mean, they put I saw this one video where they put this store out there in New York City and they called it a free grocery store. And then I decided to look at the comments and people are like, yeah, that's called a food bank. We've already had a food bank, and we have food banks all over the U.S., but they're saying we have grocery stores where you can get free stuff. I wonder what the catch is on that. There's got to be a catch, right? Not going to have anybody go in there and get all that stuff. I mean, I went in 7-Eleven this morning, man. I stayed in there for like 30 minutes in that 7-Eleven. I came in. It was like empty. I'm surprised, man. You know, that's like the first time I've ever been in a 7-Eleven anywhere for 30 minutes and nobody shows up. Both parties are corrupt. Yeah, that's the problem, man. We got governments all over the world that are just freaking corrupt. You know, I don't want to say what I want to say because, you know, I gotta stay alive. Dude, I saw this one girl, you know, I just talk about some videos I've been watching and stuff. There was this one girl and she was mad with her father for liking Trump. So she got on live and was talking about, this is my father, he likes Trump, this is his name. She's like doxing him, this is where we live. I mean, this dumb girl, she's like in her 20s and she's living with her parents and she's trying to get the breadwinner in trouble. You know what I mean? I mean, okay, so you're going to try to get him in trouble, and then what are you going to do for another place to stay? And then they show what she looked like. She had a bunch of pink hair, a bunch of rings all over her face. Like all over her face, man. It was crazy. And she had this like mohawk thing where like her hair was like almost no hair here, and it was black in the middle. The rest, the side was pink. I mean, there's a big mental health issue over there, man. Let's see. I left another comment about. Oh, okay. Let me hit the comment thing. I got the filter. I got to change it, Ozzy. Okay, sorry about that. Let me fix the comments. Okay. She's creating gossip. She's creating gossip. What were we talking about? Oh, I see. YouTube took it down. Yeah, it's not there. You're right, bro. Yeah, because even when I did the filter, the comment disappeared. I mean, it's not there, yeah. Now, if it was a link, was it a link, Ozzy? That might be the reason why, because a lot of times you can't put links in here. Watching and listening from Satillo over in Samar. Awesome, man. I'm going to try to say the place is Katbalogan. Katbalogan. You know what? Is that the place I went to? I went to North Samar. It was in North Samar. Oh no, I think that place is a little bit below on the west side. And I think, is that where she went? Eve might have went there. She went to nun school over in Samar. Let me ask her. Hey, what's the nun school? Was it in Katabalog? Katabalog in Samar?
Cataloga.
Yeah, Katabalogan. Yeah, that's where she went to nun school at. Eve, here. She's doing dishes in the dirty kitchen outside. uh, let's see, YouTube doesn't like it when I say, oh, yeah. Is it the one? Is it the one with P on it? You know, it starts with a P? Or did you say what you just said and just added a D to it? It's a different province. Katabagalogan, Samar is Western Samar. Yeah, Western Samar. I know. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I went to Northern Samar. You're right. I didn't go to that area, but my girlfriend over here, she went there for nun school. Katbalogan. Satanic. Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. I mean, I'm gonna, I would love to say what I want to say, but I can't say it, Ozzy. you know, I just can't say it. But oh man, too bad. I haven't tried that one, man. I have not tried a blue moon. That is American though, right? I think it's like do you know what state it's from? Blue Moon? Is it Colorado? Yep. Trying to think what Matt's likes. I think he mentioned what he likes to drink, and I'm trying to remember what he said. But when I was hanging out with Bama up here, and Bama told me, he said, "Hey Mike, man, you want to come back up here? Let me know. Just come on up." And he's a cool dude. I don't know what he's been setting up a farm at his house. Trying to plant a bunch of vegetables and everything. He has that store. So, I'm going to show you guys something interesting here. But he has that store. Here it is. Here it comes. Check this out. That's huge, bro. Can get a better view, I guess. Now that's a lot of bags. Did y'all see that? He had bags all over his freaking bike. Like maybe rice bags or feed bags. I don't know. But yeah, that looked like there was about maybe, I don't know, 14, 15 on that trike. Let's see. Opiano Stoner says, yeah, Katba is the name, and Logan, Katba Logan. So are you a foreigner living over there? Piano Stoner? Or are you Filipino living over there? I don't know if that's a mango tree back there or not in the back. But one thing I don't like over here in the Philippines is they like to eat the young coconut. I like the old, right? The old coconut. The old coconut is hard. The young coconut is soft. I never had that soft coconut in the U.S. Have you ever had that? It's really soft, and it's got a slick feel to it. So what they'll do is they make these buko pies, and they'll have that young coconut inside of them, and I'm not a fan. I like that hard coconut that we can shred up, and it's tough. And when you eat it, it's like you're eating substance, the hard coconut. It's like you're eating almonds and pecans, that kind of stuff. No, I am native, only my name is English. Oh, okay. I am a Filipino, native. Only my surname is English. Yeah, whenever you put stoner on there, I'm like, this might be an American. Do you know what stoner means back in the U.S.? Are you familiar with the stoner part, or is that like your that's like your last name, like real name, like you said English? No. Yeah, stoner over in the U.S. is somebody that um, likes to smoke the weed, like to smokes weed. That's a stoner. Let's say, oh man, you're a stoner, dude. What's up, Sahira? Sahira or Sahira? Sahira. Yeah, Sahira. How you doing? Where you from? Yeah, pothead. Exactly. Yeah, Max. Stoner or pothead. Yeah, the stoner name is pretty much like from the 70s, and then it became pothead later. I think that's right. I remember some of those hippies talking about, dude, you're a stoner. Yeah, and then it became more pothead. Now, I don't know what they call it nowadays. Is it anybody know? Is it still pothead or I don't know. Let's see. Sierra says, I am from Nepal. Awesome, man. How's Nepal going? What's up, Brian? Miss Lovely, how y'all doing? How you doing, Sierra? Sahira. I'm sorry. I'm terrible, man. Sahira. 420s. Yeah. Max. I can see Max, man. Max hanging out in his Tesla. I'm not going to say anymore. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Miss Lovely. Hey, homegirl, what's up? Where you at? Hello, Sir Mickey. Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah, I think yeah, Miss Lovely was in here before. I remember. I don't remember the conversation too good, but I remember her here. Brian, how you doing, Brian? How you doing? And how am I? Whoa, I'm good. Except I keep running into this weird thing. I have no idea why they have this string here. There's got to be a reason, right? It goes up there, over to here. I mean, that's not strong enough for clothes. It's sort of like a kite string or something. Let's see, I've subscribed to you. Thank you. Make sure you check out my videos. If you subscribe, anybody that subscribes, you have to watch at least an 8-minute or longer video, at least. I got hundreds. A question for you guys. Threw it up there because YouTube said, hey, you want to ask the question? Let's see. Stoner says the inventor of the Armalite rifle. Okay. Eugene. We were. That's funny, man. Where am I from? I'm from the USA, Sierra, but I'm in the Philippines. Yeah, I got a question for you guys. You're so. Oh, thank you, Miss Lovely. Hold on. Were you? Yeah, you were looking for a guy last time, if I remember correctly. Am I right? Are you looking for somebody? Are you available? Are you, what do they call it? Single and ready to mingle? She's got to be, right? I'm not a good singer, says Ozzy. You know, I did these short videos like karaoke. I think, I've been debating should I put them out or not. Because I think I can put them out as long as they're not too long. Where I do some singing. But anyway, but thank you, Miss Lovely. Thank you for the compliment. If you're single, ready to mingle, and I think we got some other guys that are single, ready to mingle. I know Mimi is. Mimi is a Filipina, and she's looking for a dude. She was just in here, but she just left. Camden, what's up, Camden Alonzo? How you doing, bro? And Brian from Australia, what's up? Good morning. Let's see. Good day, mate. I think that's how you say it over in Australia. Good day, mate. So what's new in Australia? Anything new where you guys are? We got somebody in here from Nepal. Anything new going on where you guys are? Interesting. I might have heard me say it the other day. We had this rich dude that was, I think he was on a bike. Let me find out the story here. Don't want to give any false information. Hey, that rich dude, was he on a bike? Was he on a motorcycle? The rich dude, the director of the
No, it's using a truck.
electricity company.
No.
He was in a what? He was in an SUV. So we had this rich dude SUV. He was director of the electric company over here, and basically some guy on a motorcycle was a hitman and took him out. They keep having these hitmen do things like that, man. They got these hitmen doing things, isn't it? I don't know. It's crazy, bro. Let's see. Good eve. Good eye, mate. Mate. Good eye, mate. Good eye, mate. Good eye, mate. You're silly, Ozzy. Just working. Yep. Let's see. How old are you, Sir Mike? I'm 53. 53 years old. And is it an electric company called Akelco? Akelco? Huh? Ormeco? No, it's Ormeco.
Oriental Mindoro.
Yeah, Oriental Mindoro, Ormeco. David, you nailed it. That's funny. Read that again, man. Good eye, Mike. David says, Jesus, how common is that hitman stuff? Why was the electrical director unalived? Well, it's a mystery, bro, to be honest with you. Eve thinks it has to do with political stuff, but I don't know. I really don't know why. Let me see. And how common is it? Actually, I know 3 instances. You know, I've been here 2.5 years, and I've heard of 3 instances. One of them, it was a politician, and you could check this one out. This one is crazy, bro. But this is down in Mindanao, down there in the Muslim community area, which isn't close to me at all. It's very far away. And this dude gets this huge thing out. I gotta watch what I say on here. And he like boom into the vehicle, and the dude wound up living. It was a politician that he was trying to take out. And another one was a lady. She was just on the side of the street. Guy on a vehicle. It was like a bike. And took her out. Yeah, I've been starting to see more crime lately, but it's not really been. How do I put it? Really been more against the common people, or who knows, you know. Thanks for the hearts. Let's see. You're living the dream, my friend. George, yeah, it's pretty good. And where you from? And I know my man over here, David. David is over in Thailand. Anything new going on over there in Thailand? Yeah, I was thinking that too, Brian, about probably a jealous wife or girlfriend. I was thinking that might have something to do with it too. You never know. You never know. Yeah, or maybe somebody wanted his job. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Brian says there was an expat unalived by another expat years ago in Rojas, I think it was. Well, are you talking about Rojas City over there near Auckland? Or are you talking about Rojas down here in Mindoro? Most likely you're talking about Rojas City. So one expat, I mean, and I've seen other stories too. I mean, there's quite a bit of stories. Like this one expat unalived his Filipino wife because she was cheating. Yep, because she was cheating. He was there. They were about the same age too. There was I think 3 years difference in the age. Let's see. He was a Marine previously. David says, "Don't make enemies or jealous wives in the Philippines." There. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of it does play into that. Money and jealousy. Because I'll tell you one story. There was these two Indian guys over here. One of them is a lender. That's big over here in the Philippines. You have these Indian guys come from India and they will lend out 500 pesos and then you have to pay them 600 pesos back. Those loan sharks or whatever you call them. Anyway, it's illegal over here for them to do it, but they've been doing it for a long time. And this one Indian unalives the other Indian. Probably had to do with money, most likely. Let's see. Or maybe who knows? Maybe there was some drinking going on, and I don't know, just something crazy. Anyway, I mean, when you have about 100, I think it's 120 million people in the Philippines. That's a lot of people. You're gonna have some issues. Over in the U.S., we got I think it's about 250 million. I don't know. If I'm wrong, I probably am. But anyways, I think it's about twice as much, and we have a lot of issues too. Uh, mas, mas, how do you say that word? I want to say mascara. Those kinds of things always there. Damn, I forgot how to say it. Let's see if Eve knows. How do you say this word? She's really good at English, so how do you say that word?
Massacre.
Massacre. See? I tell you, see? That's what I'm talking about. Asian girl said massacre, and I couldn't even figure out how to say it. I haven't heard that word in a long time, man. Massacre. There you go. David says, in Maga, I'm not even going to try to say the Filipino thing. But anyway, yeah, I haven't heard of that one. I don't know anything about that one. Let's see. Yes, between London and Thailand. Kusuma. Between London and Thailand? Oh, as far as like traveling? Or are you talking about there's some kind of trouble? There was an Australian SAS guy kidnapped in North Mindoro. Yeah, Mindanao. I'm sorry, Mindanao. is where most of your problems are going to happen. That was about 10 years ago, and his wife had arranged it all for money. I think I watched the story on that. It was like um, an hour story on YouTube about something like that. David says there was a case in Thailand that I knew of, a British guy, wealthy with big life insurance policy. He had, and you know what? Thinking about that dude, the director, maybe there was an insurance policy involved with that, you know. Plus net worth, so purely capital motive. Another guy told his wife if he passes pension. David says pension stops, not really, but wanted her to think there would be no money if he was gone. Interesting. Add another 100 million for all the illegals. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, not just in USA, but England and Spain and Italy and all over the place. But Philippines don't let it happen. They don't let them come in here, you know, all those illegals. I don't know of any Asian country that lets the illegals come into. And if you guys know of any Asian country that does that, put in the comments. I don't know of any Asian country that says, oh, come on in here. Japan, they're like, heck no, y'all better stay the crap out of here. It was funny. I'll tell you this one crazy video. I was watching this white guy, and he's like over in Japan. He's like, oh, I love it over here because there's like no racism. And then some dude hits him in the back of the head while he's doing his vlogging. He's doing a video. And the dude that hits him in the back of the head is a black guy. They're in Japan. I'm like, how, you know, how often are you gonna see another foreigner in Japan like that, you know? And anyway, I thought it was unusual. Let's see, Lemon June says, also that was long ago. Yeah, it was long ago, right? You're fine, just stay away from Sulu. Yeah. You know, this person's talking about safety here. I would consider it pretty safe overall, and BGC is extremely safe. I haven't heard of any crime in BGC at all. Zero. I mean, not saying there hasn't been, but I've never heard of anything in BGC. And I don't think I've heard of anything in Baguio, which I love Baguio. It's in the mountains. Can't think of anything. You know, you can't even, in Baguio, you're not even allowed to smoke a cigarette or vape. You can't vape in Baguio. You can't smoke a cigarette in Baguio. And this is a city in the Philippines. Yeah, my spelling sucks. Lemon. Let's see, where are you from, Brian? He's in Australia. Yep. There, I did it too. Brisbane. Money is the root of all evil. David, you're the man chasing the money, and you said it's the root of all evil. Agreed. Ever humanity. Yeah, humanity's more important. Oh, I know Tum Tum from Brisbane. He's a beatboxer. I've heard of that. Tum Tum. Asia's strict like that. Yeah, I don't think anybody can name an Asian country that just lets the illegals come in and run the freaking show. I mean, what the heck is wrong with these politicians, bro? You know, over in U.S. and England. I mean, they're allowing all that to happen. That they have allowed it to happen. I know Trump is sort of changing things. Yeah, I think he's been changing things. And don't get me wrong, I think coming from a country's fine. It's just the illegal part. Immigrants are great. It's just you don't want a bunch of hoodlums from another country popping into your country. Is Russia part of Asia still? Yeah, it is. It is part of Asia. There's part of it that's in Europe, and there's part of it that's in Asia. And if I'm not mistaken, the Moscow and the areas that are highly populated, I believe that area is the Europe part. Eurasia. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Ozzy says, "Whoa, you can't smoke in public places in Australia either." Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. You could probably, I mean, I guess you could do it in private as far as Baguio goes. But yeah. Let's see. Brian says, really, you can't smoke in public anywhere? Australia? I mean, you're out there in the desert. If you're out there in the desert, you can't light one up. They'll throw you in jail. Let's see. And I think Duterte banned public smoking in Davao, yeah, when he was mayor. I could see him doing that. I could see Duterte doing that. And, I mean, my personal opinion, it's like good and bad. I mean, I hate to take freedom away, but also it's good to sort of not like teach kids to do it. You know what I mean? So it's a good impression for the young people to stay clean. But also the freedom is a factor. I don't know. Let's see. Lemon says London is just India now, but it surprises me about the vaping too. You can't even vape. I guess it's the same way in Australia. They can't vape outside or smoke outside. London is just now India now, full of Muslims. London. Yeah, I heard they took over the country. I watched a video this morning, and basically the guy was saying they have taken over the country, and white people are scared. That's what he was saying. Let's see. David says illegal Muslims and Africans invading UK on boats. Wow, that's crazy, bro. Same in France, Netherlands, Germany, Sweden. U.S. has immigration enforcement. Well, I think with Trump in there, I think they do. Put Biden back in there, no. Brian says designated smoking areas only. Okay, so you do have some designated smoking areas. At least you got that. Because I think that, I don't think Baguio has any designated smoking areas. I think in Baguio, as far as I know, I didn't see any. And I walked all over Baguio. I mean, I'm a huge walker. Y'all see me walking back and forth up here. And I never saw any designated. And I saw signs said you can't smoke in Baguio, can't vape in Baguio, stuff like that. But I assume that if in your own house, you could, maybe you can. I assume that, but I might be wrong about that. David says our Asians like Chinese, Hong Kong are good, and Sikh Indians, etc. High education, build net worth, and contribute with enforcing their religion and culture. Yeah, well said, David. Well said. Have a nice day. Plin TV, you too, brother. Secondhand smoke is deadly, says Brian. Lots of people who had never smoked were dying of lung cancer. That reminds me of the Save with the Bell TV show. I don't know if y'all ever watched that. It's an American TV show where these young people were I think they were in high school. I watched it when I was young. Now we're all older. But anyway, the cast had this one dude, Screech was his name. He was sort of the Joker on the TV show. Anyway, he passed away. He was about 44 years old, and he passed away from they call it single cell carminoa or whatever they call it, carminio or whatever. Anyway, they told him, "Hey, you got it. You're in stage 4. 3 weeks later, he like was gone. And and for this story, I'm going to end it with YOLO. You only live once, baby, so enjoy your life. Best life, bro. Sam. YOLO. But another point to that is he never smoked. He had that lung cancer, never smoked in his life, was diagnosed with it, and this is a popular actor, you know. I mean, he's not like, top actor or anything like that, but he was a popular actor. And 3 weeks later, he's gone at age 44 years old. Let's see what people said here. Brian said lots of people. Yeah, well, I already read that one. David says UK needs Trump-style action. You're right, brother. I mean, to stop native going under 70%, preserving UK heritage, and keeping a Christian nation. Yeah. Now, you guys know I'm an independent. I'm not, I don't really sway to one side or the other. But I just believe in common sense, And common sense is don't let a lot of rapists and criminals, terrible criminals, into your country. That's just common sense. Now, letting people that are engineers that are going to help Tesla create the greatest vehicle, that's a different story, if they're from another country. Because I'm going to tell you, I was a recruiter and I had those resumes and their applications, all that kind of stuff. I was looking at everything. Man, the people from India that were putting in for a lot of the jobs, their credentials were tons better than any American. There wasn't many Americans actually putting in for the jobs. It was, but the problem with that is there's a big government fee that the companies had to pay, and a lot of companies didn't want to pay that government fee to hire somebody from another country. So you got that barrier of entry for doing things, for people that are good, hard-working people. We just talked about this, me and Eve, we were talking about it. And we were just thinking about if you're here working, how much money you make and all your expenses and everything. And basically, you wouldn't have hardly anything left at the end of the month. Well, it's the same way in the U.S. because it's so expensive to live there. And it's the same way here for the people here because they make so little. Their money is so small. So it works out the same way. Barely they have anything left. How are they supposed to save up? Maybe they have 5 pesos at the end of the month. How are they supposed to save up $2,000 to be able to give that to a government to do it the legal way? And then also pay another $1,000 for the airplane ticket. Let's see. Ozzy says radical Muslims don't migrate to America. Radical Muslims don't migrate to America to assimilate. Well, I understand radical Muslim. You're saying they do not come to America to assimilate. Now, assimilate, from what I understand, is like work together on either negative or positive. Assimilate. Can you get the definition of assimilate for me, please? Or maybe you know it. ASSIMILATE. I think that's like coming together for something. Is that what it is? Coming together for something? To take in, understand fully, or incorporate new information, ideas, or culture. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, like there's another word I can't think of it right now, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, they don't try to adopt things. You're right. I was thinking that meant just organizing, assimilate. Maybe that's a symbol. Now I think about it. Assembly, assemble. Let's see. David says, I need to try to remember that. Man, I tell you something I was trying to do this morning and I couldn't remember what it was. I'm like, man, I hope freaking Alzheimer's isn't kicking in on me. Yeah. I just stood there and I was like, what was I gonna do? I couldn't think. I couldn't think, man. Let's see. David says their aim is for the globe to be under extreme Islam. I think it's a combination. I think it's forces, different forces that are working together, not just that force. I think other forces working together. I think it's a combination of forces, and I don't really talk a lot about it because they might realize I'm too smart for my own good and try to get rid of me. That's my thought. I know that sounded conceited right there. Anyway, Brian says one of the benefits of universal health care is that it is the government's best interest to get and keep you healthy. So designated smoking areas, very high tax on cigarettes and alcohol. I mean, my personal opinion is what you're saying, Brian, is a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing, but that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions. I think the government doing that. I think that's their job is to like protect and serve, and that's part of protection. But at the same time, they got to be careful about trying to strip people's rights away and freedom away too. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And emphasis on healthy lifestyle. Let's see. Rip it and slow it on. What's up? How you doing, Mona? Howdy. Good to see you, Mona. Mona's been checking out my videos. I appreciate that. And Ozzy, too. I know Ozzy's been checking them out. Both of you guys leave comments all the time. I appreciate it. Anybody else? I appreciate it. Let's see. David says assimilate to adopt the local culture. Yeah, I finally figured it out after I looked it up. Brian says Muslims are part of Australia's history. The first mosque was built here in 1880s or 90s. Muslims are part of Australia's history. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're like everywhere, right? That's a long time. 1880s, 1890s. So that's been about 150 years. Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't know that unless you told them, like you just told them, or yeah, a lot of people wouldn't know that. Thank you for the sharing that, Brian. Ozzy says they demand you adopt their culture. Yeah, I know. It's the radical ones. I mean, I've had some friends that are Muslim, and I'd be surprised if they were that way, but we never really talked about it, so I don't know. Maybe they would be that way too. Anybody in here Muslim? If you are, tell us. Do y'all demand that other people adopt your culture? If there's anybody in here that's a Muslim. New York City is talking about burning. What? Oh, I read burning. Oh my gosh. New York City is talking about banning. Oh, okay. It wouldn't surprise me either way, bro. But anyway, banning dogs. Okay. Yeah, I don't. It surprised me if they could get away with that. There's gonna be some rich people that are gonna have dogs, and they're gonna be like, "Are you crazy? I'm not getting rid of Fluffy." Of course, they'll probably get away with it. That reminds me another story, a news story that I just saw. I think this was in Texas. There was and y'all might have seen this already. There was a daughter and a father, and one of them was a Trump fan. I'm not sure who. If I had to guess, I would guess the father. I heard the father was also having a couple of whats, and basically they were having a little political fight. They were having a political fight over politics, and he put a gun. He put one of these out and unalived her. Yeah. Oh, but that's not the story though. That was just the first part. The second part is the story. They had a huge, beautiful place in Texas. This house. This beautiful, beautiful house. So apparently he's rich. Anyway, he gets no time. They don't lock him up. They did not lock him up. They let him be free. My point is another rich person that gets away with something. But I just did hear that Andrew, the Prince Andrew dude, that they have arrested him. I heard that recently. So that's the other side of the coin. But they're also showing these pictures of Epstein like he's running around free somewhere. So if that's true, if Epstein actually did not have his demise and he's running around free, then hey, could be the same way with Andrew. Maybe that same thing will happen. Let's see. We do not want mosque in UK. This is David talking. There are many cultural Muslims. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Did I miss something? I missed Brian. Brian says, I have never had a Muslim preacher knocking on my door. Yeah. Me either. David says, we do not want more mosque in UK. There are many cultural Muslims who are harmless and are good people, but radical Islam dominates. Yeah, that's where we have the problem at, man. It's all this extreme stuff. Politics, extreme corruption, the religion, the extreme, crap, and you can have extreme crap in Christianity or Muslim or anywhere else, So that's the problem. Good to see you as well. Thank you, Mona. Appreciate it. And how are you doing, Mona? See, it's nighttime over in Texas. How's everything going over there? Yeah, did you hear that story? You probably did. You're in Texas. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here. Our government is set up in a way that rights are protected by the majority. That's Brian. Brian says religion does strange things to people. Ozzy says exactly, Brian. Jamie says hi. What's up, Jamie Miller? How you doing? Is this the girl that was from Jamie Miller? Oh, was it Florida, Ohio? I'm not sure if it's the same person. Brian says watching any religion from the outside is a lesson on mind and social control. Yeah, exactly, Brian. David says Andrew is balls deep now. Must have some serious criminal evidence on him for royalty to be taken on by the law. But once again, will he disappear like Epstein, and maybe be walking around free? Because I saw some pictures of Epstein. I don't know, man. I don't know if it was AI or what. And I was like, that dude looks like Epstein has escaped, and he's just wherever he was. I don't know where it was. It was like, it wasn't just pictures. It was videos and pictures of somebody that looked a lot like Epstein. I think he had a beard, sort of rough looking, sort of like, But anyway, who knows? Who knows? It might have been fake, you know. Ozzy says Andrew is low-hanging fruit as far as I'm concerned. Pun intended, low-hanging. Never. Anyway, we want to see all the politicians and celebrities in America held accountable, and judges too, right? I see a lot of videos of these judges that have let these people go free after committing 10, 20, 30 crimes, and they let them go free. And then they do the ultimate unaliving of somebody, you know, that kind of crap. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna need a couple of blue moons, Ozzy. Get me riled up here. Let's see. Ozzy said in Judges. Let's see. Brian says, and the Sikh community are very involved in public services too. They are always doing fundraising for our volunteer rural fire brigades, etc. Yeah, I don't think the factor is the actual religion itself, because you know, if that was the factor, then you'd have almost everybody in that country be a bad person. So yeah, I think it is more, you know, on the extremist level, like we've been talking about. David says there are many videos of Trump and Epstein hanging out. Epstein has some serious connections. Dirty skeletons on many of them cause chaos. Yeah, I don't know what to say about the Trump factor. Like I said, I'm an independent. I'm not really, but I will say this. Another video I was watching, it was Whoopi Goldberg, and she was talking about, yeah, everybody was talking about at the table. There was like five people there at the table, you know, on the View, and they were like, they need to release those Epstein files. Everybody was, and then she was like the last one, and she's like, yeah, they need to release the Epstein files. And the funny thing is, she was on the Epstein files. She's part of the list, Whoopi Goldberg. So ironic, so hypocritical. But as far as Trump goes, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if there was some issues there. I mean, it did take a long time. I guess the list is out. I guess I don't know. Have y'all seen the list? Have y'all seen all the names on it? I mean, that's what I heard. I heard it's out now, but I haven't physically looked at a list and looked at every name on it or anything like that. Serious connections. Michael, what's up, Michael? How you doing? Don't need any mods right now, bro. Don't need any mods. Where you at? Michael Freond? Where you located? Yikes. I'm running into this freaking stream. Brian says, no, the problem is it streams, as you said, but Ramiz come in all colors, shapes, and races. Hold on. When you say, I don't know what that is, RXYREMES? I never heard of that word before. Something come in all colors, shapes, and races. Well, I think I know what you're talking about, but I want to see, what is this word? What is this word? Michael. Heck no, let's see. Biggest threat for global threat is, David says, the Islam extremists. The list has been out for years. Oh, really? Happy New Year. What's up, man? How you doing? Happy New Year. That's funny, bro. Brian says, not all of it yet. I think 3 million docs. Texas. Oh, okay. Man, what the heck? 3 million documents. Oh, okay. Michael's in Texas. All right, brother. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But the mods, I got enough mods. I got Ozzy in here, and actually, Brian, I made you a mod. It must have been a temporary thing or something. Anyway, it's fine. Let's see. I just left another comment, and YouTube removed it. There you go. Yeah, it happens, man. Oh, that's Ozzy too. Okay, thought that was Brian. So that's two for Ozzy, 2 for YouTube. Ozzy 0. Let's see. Michael says, "Can you shout my YouTube channel?" It is. Well, there it is, everybody. It's on the screen. Y'all can read it because I mentioned. Okay, dude. I wonder if somebody in another country put that word in, if it would just disappear, or if it's because you're over in the USA. I don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna take this question off the screen. I know that. I'm getting tired of looking at it. There we go. You know, I'll tell you one cool thing about being over here, Ozzy. I use this website called Canva, which I don't use it much anymore because I do other things with my videos that I don't need it. But at the time, I would use it for a lot of my thumbnails. I used to use it to make the thumbnails. A lot of them now I make pretty natural. But my point is that website, the amount they charge people, and a lot of websites are higher for the Americans than a country like here in the Philippines. So basically, I'm saving probably over $100 on that Canva service because I'm in the Philippines instead of the US. Same service, just they give the Philippine people a better price because they know they don't make much money. And since my VPN, where I'm at, my location shows up that I'm over here, that's how I can get that deal. So just letting you know, so it'll be another advantage for you whenever you make it out of the US, wherever you go. If you decide, I don't think Ozzy's going anywhere, to be honest with you. Let's see, Brian says, nah, I might be wrong. I'm like 50% thinking that now. Sharia says is a whole topic in itself. Yeah, it is, and yeah, and I don't really try to stay on politics and stuff, so I'm not going to get too deep on things. Let's see. Michael says he has 87 subscribers. Yeah, I know you got a lot going on. You're helping your neighbor out and stuff like that. Oh, me. But anyway, yeah, Michael's trying to get some subscribers. Anybody interested? Trying to think if I ever subscribed to you or not. Michael, did I tell you I subscribed to you already? Let's see, we're at 75 minutes so far. We'll do a game. A would you rather? Okay, this is the would you rather game, and would you rather? Let's see, that was funny. I got something in my head that is crazy. Ozzy says we're right in the middle of getting the house next door rebuilt. Should be done by June. Oh, okay. Would you rather go to Mexico or go to Costa Rica? Mexico, Costa Rica, or the Bahamas? We'll throw that one in there too. Mexico, Costa Rica, or the Bahamas? I'm gonna pick Mexico. And I know if you go to Mexico, you gotta be careful. So I have to be very careful going down there. But I like the fact that it's so huge and have, just different stuff there. I got a feeling Costa Rica is like a really awesome place too. The Bahamas, I think is gonna be okay, I guess. Let's see. Mike, you might like those meta glasses. Oh, okay, we got an answer. Ozzy said Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Brian says Costa Rica, but wife would override to Bahamas. David says, Mike, you might like those meta glasses with AI and video to do videos as you walk. Yeah, I was actually looking at that yesterday. It wasn't. I don't think it was. It wasn't Facebook company. But yeah, some other glasses. You got Google glasses, you got Meta glasses. Basically, I think there's plenty of companies that do those kind of glasses where they have the camera on here. Let's see. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Here, we'll show things besides my face so y'all can get the Meta glass view. And we got this on top. I want to go up there. I would do that. I've done some videos up there, but I don't want to. I might lose live if I go up there. And if they could really fix this up, put a patio, sort of elevate it, and put like tables and chairs up here to enjoy the view and everything, I think would be cool. But they don't have but so much money, so they have to take their time fixing things up. The people that own this place and the place that I stay in, all of those people are in another country working. I believe all of them are in Spain. They're over in Spain working. And you have up here stairs to go up. Yikes. Let's see. Okay, so we'll do some more Would You Rather. All right. Would you rather visit if you had $5,000? Would you rather visit Japan, or Thailand, or Korea, South Korea, or North Korea? North Korea, South Korea, Japan, or Thailand? Actually, David's in Thailand, so for David, we'll go with Philippines since he's already in Thailand. And I remember David saying that he had this Japanese girl, man, that he went out with, and an Australian girl. You have a girlfriend, David? Where's she from, if you do? Ozzy says Japan. Yeah, $5,000. It definitely wouldn't last as long as it would in Philippines or Thailand, but it would be fun. Yeah, personally myself, oh man, that's a tough one. I mean, I wouldn't pick Philippines. I'm already here, so either Thailand or Japan, I think. Not South Korea. I lived there for a year. Not North Korea, of course. But Thailand or Japan is what I would do, one or the other. And I keep saying Japan, actually. So I guess it would be Japan. Yeah, yeah. I mean, $5,000 is the factor. That's what I'm thinking about. But since my plane wouldn't cost that much, leaving from the Philippines to get over there, it's not like I'm coming from the U.S. It wouldn't cost that much. So yeah, I picked Japan too. David says Chinese American partner. Oh, $5,000 too low for Japan or South Korea. Has to be Philippines or Thailand. Yeah, I mean, if you're coming from the U.S., you're going to spend at least like 2,000. You're going to spend 2,000 on the plane ticket, so you have 3,000 left. You're probably going to pay at least $100 a night to stay in a hotel. I don't know, maybe $200 a night. I don't know how much it is. I know things are very expensive over there, and the people that live there have a very difficult time trying to survive because it's so expensive. But they do have some cool technology and all that kind of stuff. But I assume the way they get by is either they have a really, really small place that they sleep in, or they have a bunch of people that they live with. Let's see. David says 5 million lifestyle in London is like 500,000 in Thailand. Yeah. And Thailand, the cost of Thailand and Philippines is very similar. Ozzy says, I only want to visit the Philippines because my friend lived there 3 years and he lived cheap. Yeah, and you know, and the cool thing about it, Ozzy, is it's really awesome. I mean, the people are nice, and I'm not gonna say they're perfect. I'm not gonna do that because, yeah, they're not. But I am gonna say that they speak English, right? And they're very much like America was back in 1980. So if you enjoyed America back in 1980, and that's how it is here for now. You know, because they try hard to know English. And I mean, they know English because they go to school and everything, but they try to know it better. Because of that, they watch TV. You know what hey, take a guess. You know what one of my girlfriend's favorite TV shows? She has two that she watches a lot. And these are American TV shows. Two American TV shows that she watches all the time. And the only way she can watch them is go on like YouTube and find videos to watch the shows. It's not like we have a TV that we're watching or a bunch of channels and some kind of service or anything. So she just finds like different episodes through YouTube. But anyway, I'll give you a second to guess, and then I'll let you know what the two TV shows is that she loves to watch. It'll be it's related to what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, we had some more messages come in. Okay. Android channel, what's up? How you doing? Angelo Wiggins, Mike Wiggins. Android channel, yeah, you're over in Uruguay. Let's see, Ozzy says, and hopefully I said it right, Uruguay. He also got scammed by the police when he first got there. Had to have his family send him money to get him out of jail. Dude, what part of the Philippines did he go to? That's like one of the worst stories I've heard of. But, you know, I've realized this. You know, you do have to be careful. I wish I was even more careful than I am, but I can't afford to be too careful. It's my problem. David says my property in Thailand was only $250,000 and a massive 5 bedroom with a pool. Property in London was wow, dude. Was bought 15 years ago. Small 3 bedroom, $1.2 million. Wow. David's a baller. David is a baller, bro. I'm gonna screenshot that. That was so fascinating. I'll read it again whenever my brain's working better. Let's see. Love Boat and Friends. That's a good guess. Paraguay. Oh, I said Uruguay. Yeah. You know, I knew it was Paraguay. But the reason I said Uruguay is because that's actually the place that I was thinking about living at one time before I came over to the Philippines. I was thinking about moving over to South America. I thought about Uruguay. Montevideo, I think they say. Montevideo, sit at the beach and all that. But yeah, some things turned me off about the place, and yeah, I decided not to do it. If I was to live in South America, I think I'd pick Paraguay. That would be my choice. I forget where he said he was. Oh, okay. If I had to guess, they put him in. Hold on, let me read that again. They put him in jail for what? Scammed by the police when he first got there. Had to have his family send money to get him out of jail. If I had to guess, maybe Mindanao, you know, that I've been talking about, that area. But I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I never heard anything like that before in my life. Montevideo. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yes, it's a pretty cool spot. Got the beach there, and you know, it's the country's not too big. You got Brazil close by and all that area. Were the two shows Big Bang and Game of Thrones? You got one of them right, Uruguay. Yeah, the two shows. Big Bang Theory. That's one of her favorite shows. Is Little House on the Prairie. Little House on the Prairie and Big Bang Theory. And to be honest with you, I mean, Little House on the Prairie is a very old show. I told her that yesterday, and she was like, really? I mean, we're talking about 1980. That's how old it is. And it's so old, it was before my time. I never even really watched it, to be honest with you. I never really watched Little House on the Prairie. My mom did, but not me. He said he went to an apartment with some women and there was some weed on the table and the cops walked in. That's crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, anywhere you're going to have bad people as far as that goes. But yeah, you basically had a scam with the women involved with the police and doing that kind of thing. And I mean, being over here 2.5 years, leaving the country once and coming back and going all over. Y'all haven't seen all the places I've been. I've been so many places, and I've met a lot of people here. A lot of girls. A lot of people too, though. But anyway, that whole experience that I've had, I can't do it now because I don't have the money like I used to. I try to, still have a decent life. But anyway, What was my point? I done forgot. I lost track. But oh yeah, what I was going to say is that I will think about that every now and then. I'll worry about it, and I'll be like, man, could something happen to me, And I know some people, not really local people, but a friend of mine over in America who's a Filipino, and he's like, Mike, you can't go these places. You're going to get hurt. He's like freaking out all the time about it. And I've been so many places, man, that are just very impoverished and all sorts of stuff. And I've never had any serious problems except for the two kids that try to pickpocket me. Two little kids. Only thing I have. Besides, people trying to anything massive. Like I'll go out with a girl, and then the next day she'll ask me for like 3,000 pesos kind of thing. You know, it's more like it's sort of like the U.S. because I remember when I went out with that one girl, and then the next day, hey, if you want us to be together for the tomorrow night, how about giving me some money? Same kind of deal. I have to watch what I say on here, so I know what I want to say. But anyway, let me read what people said here. But yeah, maybe I have an angel helping me on. Well, let's see. Were the two shows Big Bang Theory and Game of Thrones? Yeah, you got the Big Bang right. He said he went to oh yeah, I already read. Android says classic Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, Laura and Michael. Yep. And once you get to 100,000 subscribers, you can finance your travel. Yeah, imagine if I had money to actually do a lot. That'd be wild, wouldn't it? Ozzy, bro, you already got 66 subscribers. That's funny, man. Yeah, Ozzy, you're a likable dude, man. But going back to 100,000 subscribers, man, I don't know if dude. It took me a year, almost a year. Took me what was it, about 9 months? Took me 9 months to get 2,000 subscribers. But here's the thing, the big thing, people actually watch your videos that are over like 3 minutes, those kind of videos, those long videos, what they call long form videos. Anyway, there goes another bus. You have buses all the time passing through here, which will be able to take you to the bigger cities. And I wish we were closer to that bigger city because they have a Wendy's there, and they have a Seattle Coffee there, and they have a Kenny Rogers Roasters there. But yeah, we don't have any of those. Anyway, let me read this, and then we're. Well, I want to go to the Philippines to live cheap. Yeah, I mean, you can afford to stay safer than me, Ozzy. So basically, go the south route. Go the south route. I'm sure there's videos out there about where the safest areas are and different things. Just, look at the safety factor on different things. I did a safety tips video, but I need to do more. It was like 15 safety tips, but I am wanting and planning to do more safety stuff when I get around to it. Right now, I probably have about 12 videos that are ready to be posted, but I'm not going to post them all on the same day. It just wouldn't be good to post them all on the same day. So I usually post about one a day. Let's see. I've had my channel for like 15 years and only have 66 subscribers. Well, Ozzy, yeah, you only have what, one, two, three videos, I believe, 2 or 3 videos. Safe route. Go the safe route. Basically, on coming over to the Philippines, look at all the safety information you can. Like, watch that 15 safety tips video if you haven't already. I mean, plus, like I said, I'm going to be putting out more stuff. And, I mean, plus you can just look the stuff up. I mean, just basically get familiar with all the safety. I mean, it's hard for me to think of every single little safety thing and try to put it out real quick. But me putting out that 15 safety tips is pretty cool because I don't see a lot of people putting out safety stuff. So at least I did put out something. But yeah, I mean, you could Google and all that kind of stuff too. But as far as the more realistic, because I did Google some of it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's not very, not everything is going to be as accurate online as the people that are actually out here living it. Let's see. I'm not looking forward to the flight either. Oh, I never look forward to getting on a plane. I absolutely hate it. That's like half of the reason I don't want to go back to the U.S. I mean, half of the reason is I just don't want to go back to the U.S. I love it over here. But the other half is I don't want to get on a plane. So, yeah, I understand you, Ozzy. For that, my advice is bring those little bottles of Jack Daniels because you can bring those onto the plane. Little bottles of whatever you want, or buy it. But some airlines may not sell. Most do. Most airlines sell drinks, but some don't. Definitely do more videos on safety. Yeah, I've just got so much information to put out, man. It's amazing how much information I can do being out here. How many videos I could do, different things. I mean, especially think about it. If I had money, I could even do stuff like, here's the video of me scuba diving and snorkeling, all this kind of stuff. I don't know how to swim either, so I gotta be careful with that. But going to Palawan, I want to go to Palawan, but I need to do this stuff, So even as a person that doesn't have money, and to be able to come up with so much stuff. But personally, I wouldn't even do this if I didn't need the money. I would not do this at all because it's so much funner just to be free and just go out there and do stuff instead of be tied to technology while you're doing things. Let's see. But yeah, thank you for the advice, Ozzy. Doing more. Yeah, because that's what I want to hear, guys. I want to hear if there's something you want me to do. I mean, let me know. What other choice do you have? Ship? Dude, if you got on a ship, no, U.S. to Philippines, no, that would take, I think about 2 weeks. I actually looked it up, Ozzy. I did. I think it's longer than that. I think it would take about 2 or 4 weeks or something like that. Yeah, I did it up. Anyway, it might have been 2 months. I can't remember. I think it was close to a month, maybe even 2 months to do a ship. But yeah, I did look into it. Hi, Ozzy, I'm Ritzy. What's up, Ritzy? Where is Plow? I don't know, bro. Where is Plow? Man, I can barely see on my phone right now. Ritzy, how you doing? How's life in Sri Lanka? How beautiful is Sri Lanka? I've never even looked at pictures of Sri Lanka. Is it a beautiful place or is it not a beautiful place? Something that interesting Ritzy was telling me about Sri Lanka was that they were having a parade, and it was this big government. It was for the holidays, but it was a big government parade. Um, yeah, you don't see that much over in the U.S. anymore, right? Bunch of political government type parades. But yeah, I assume the people there are very patriotic. Yeah, old Ritzy, he had exams, I remember, but that's like a month ago. About a month. I can barely see my phone, guys. And my battery is getting low too. Let's see. We just had a military parade last summer. Oh yeah. I did hear about that one, Ozzy. Yeah, that was unique. You know that they did that. The big. Hold on. Are you talking about that Trump did? I think he did one like at his birthday, as far as like. Or are you talking about a local one? Something local. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Trump did a big one, and I think it was his birthday last year or something like that. Hello, Sumaki. The left freaked out. How are you? Hey, Miss Lovely. I'm doing good. Doing good. Man, her sister is still asleep. It's 10:43 in the morning. She probably stayed up till 3 o'clock last night or something. Ay. Let's see. Ritzy says, Papa can say Sri Lanka is a beautiful place and our people have the hospitality for other people. And if our politicians go against our community, there will be an uprising. That's awesome, man. It sounds like a wonderful place, you know? Yeah, you got to stand for something. Like Aaron Tipton, he's a country singer, says, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Shout out to you, Sir Mike. Shout out to you, Miss Lovely. Do you have a channel, Miss Lovely? Maybe people can support you. So I've been on here almost 2 hours now. I'm going to have to turn this off and get ready to go eat some lunch somewhere. But I'll slowly turn it off, see if anybody's got anything to say. Good to see you, Ritzy. I'm sorry you came in when we're almost done. Ouch. And Miss Lovely came in 2 times. Yeah, Papa, our parade was for our Independence Day. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Ozzy says it had already been arranged prior to Trump being elected, but it happened to be on Trump's birthday. Oh, okay. That's funny. Miss Lovely says, I'm a live streamer too, Sir Mike. Awesome. I'll subscribe to you here. I did a screenshot so I can check you out and subscribe to you. Android says, I did 3 short live streams in the last couple of days. Really? Here, I'll do a screenshot for you too. I think I'm subscribed to Android, but I don't remember seeing anything coming on my phone. Of course, I'm always so busy. It's hard for me to really do much. Where are you from? Shrike? But y'all might want to hook up there with your channels. Shrike. Who's Shrike? Shrike. Yeah, you got someone here from Sri Lanka, and that's Ritzy Ranger over there. Android says, I'm trying to get started with that whole business. Oh, we're talking about with YouTube? YouTube business? But yeah, I'll check out y'all's channels. Haven't you watched the news in 2022, 2023? It was a nightmare. There was a huge uprising against the government. Over 100 civilians died. I think I heard a little bit about that, Ranger, Ritzy. But the thing is, I don't pay much attention to news. But I think I just briefly heard it, and I just don't really pay much attention to news. Lovely says, thank you so much, Sir Mike. Oh, you're welcome. Ritzy says, there were protesters and all these stuff, and our president hopped on a boat and escaped. Yeah, I think I remember like a bunch of stuff going on there in Sri Lanka. But like I said, I don't get too involved with all the news and politics and stuff. Yeah, try not to. Try not to unless it affects me. Then I start getting involved with it. I mean, majorly, if it's a major effect, I mean, a lot of stuff we can't control, so I just don't worry about it. Android says have 155. Yeah, I think I subscribed to you already. But I'll double check, make sure. Oh, really? Not many English YouTubers there. Okay. I'm a Filipino, Sir Mike. Yeah, I figured you were. Let me see. We're at almost 2 hours, and I'm gonna go grab some lunch, guys. So I'm gonna do a countdown in a second here. Our own people burnt our president's official. That's wild, bro. That's pretty wild right there. Yeah, y'all should make a movie out of this, bro. There probably is a movie. I don't know. Anyway, I would watch it. Ritzy, you can make a movie, man. Introduce it to Hollywood. Countdown start. Here we go. All right, 10 seconds. Thank y'all for coming, by the way, and you guys are awesome and wonderful. And have a wonderful night or day, depending on where you're at. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're behind, Ritzy. 2, 1. How's the weather there? It's awesome, Miss Lovely. Blast off. Peace, y'all.